So lads, there is a little bit more 2K22 news that is a little bit concerning. And again, I'm the type of person I would rather not get hyped up and be optimistic. I would rather be pessimistic and pleasantly surprised than think, yes, this is going to be the greatest year ever. I think it's kind of the first year I'm not too much excited because, lads, there are a couple of things that are iffy. Before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel and enjoying this type of content, subscribe. You'll have more My Team content here than anywhere else. And in general, well, this is the best place on this platform anyway to find out about My Team news. So, lads, FAQs. Frequently asked questions. NBA 2K22 will have 3 versions, yada, yada, yada. There will not be cross-play between different consoles. The cross progression in My Team across generations. So again, it's the same thing as last time. I didn't think there was going to be crossplay, and I don't think 2K will ever have crossplay. And there's a big reason for that. If you guys don't know, 2K have a deal with PlayStation. And I doubt, as long as 2K have that deal with PlayStation, that we're going to be seeing crossplay. I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. I don't think we see crossplay in sports games anytime soon, honestly, because they all have deals with their individual consoles. So I really don't see that happening. I don't see it being a selling point, and I don't necessarily see, like, it's a weird one. Like, playing with your friends is probably the biggest selling point of, say, like Call of Duty and all those games. I don't think it's the biggest selling point with sports games, honestly, as in playing with your friends online. I still think the selling points are microtransactions and packs, or what they're focusing on is packs. And most people buy packs for individual modes, and also just like casual players just play 5v5. And my career. The real money, I think, comes in the individual mode, so I don't think it'll be a long time before we see crossplay. Okay, 3 global pre-orders, yada, yada, yada. Where is the... There should be something at the demo here. There should be a demo FAQ question. So this one here, actually, PC and Switch, this is something Team is passionate about. Like, first of all, Switch isn't powerful enough. Focuses on assuring it's optimized for new consoles. How the hell, if it's optimized for new consoles, not optimized for PC? Like, how the hell can they not give the next generation edition for PC? They really just don't care. While making sure the game also remains fresh and innovative for players on our platforms. You know what? Maybe that means that 2K are going to actually change it. They're actually going to change the current gen one, which they didn't do in 2K15. So, demo. Okay, there was an FAQ about the demo. I need to find where that is. But basically, I tweeted out whatever. Say this here. Shake says, with no demo this year, looks like marketing will be a bit different. Maybe get some information a bit earlier. I doubt it because the game's coming out later. But yeah, this is here. Oh, it's from 2K Intel. Will there be a demo version of 2K22 this year? Answer, no. Although the demo versions are regular content released by 2K, we decided not to release a demo version this year. Instead, focus on creating fully functional games. Like, that's not... I don't trust that. I actually don't trust it. That is one of the most worrying signs that I have ever seen in 2K. Because if you guys don't know, so many problems were pointed out in the demo. And while, yeah, maybe they can't be fixed for day one because they were trying to do 2 generations. We said the shot meter was way too small in current gen, especially for stick shooting. A lot of problems were found out in the demo. The fact that you could hold the analog stick straight down in green full courts. Like, there were so many problems in the demo that we figured out. Like, that we all figured it out. We played the demo. Like, again, I played so much demo. I made a whole bunch of accounts. I played so much of the demo. Trying to work on shooting, work on everything. To practice. That's why I was so good at stick at the start of the year. Because, and then there was such a difference between the demo and the actual game. But like, if you're not going to put out the demo, then we're not going to figure stuff out, are we? Like, I tweeted this out and I stand by it. If you're going to have no demo, please fly out some top My Team guys to test out the AI. And I stand by that statement 100%. They need to be flown out to test out the AI. Because if you guys don't know, it took us literally 1 day to figure out that if you called 5 out, the corners dropped on current gen. The corners dropped. Like, and still on next gen, if you run a high pick and roll and attack the right hand side of the floor, the right corner, the strong side corner drops. If you run a high pick and roll and attack the left hand side of the floor, the strong side corner drops. Like, we figured that out in 1 day. It took us 1 day to figure out that we can make the corner drop on every single possession and get a wide open corner 3. Unless your opponent knows how to rotate. It took us 1 day to figure that out. So 2K, I really hope, again, because it's very clear with some of the like errors videos that I make about all these spelling mistakes that 2K are watching these. Whenever I make one of those videos, the mistakes are fixed like that. So I'm gonna say right now, like, please fly out the top My Team guys. Obviously, I'm not talking about myself. Man, I'm not the first person to figure out these things. I'm by no means the best. Like, if the only place you could play test a game was in freaking London, then I would say, you know what, maybe send me out. But like, first of all, I'm not allowed in America, because of the country, because I'm Irish. We are on the red list. But like, the guys like Ty, I'm trying to think who is the best at like finding exploits quickly. I am good at that, and I'm trying to think of who else is always really good at finding exploits. Right, MJ's finds out how to cheese. He doesn't necessarily find out how to cheese game. He finds out how to play it. Splash just finds out how to play the game. But I think Ty is probably the best at finding exploits as soon as he can. If it's in London, JD's pretty good at it. But like, the fact is that nobody that's skilled tests the game. And that's the big problem with 2K, is that if nobody good is testing the game's going to come out broken. Simply put. And if they wanted to release, what I would have hoped was that, say, the demo was going to release a little bit earlier this year, but the real game was going to come out a little bit later. Because again, the game's coming out a week later. Last year we had the demo at the end of August, and the game came out at the start of September, on the 3rd of September. Today, or this year, the game is coming out on the 10th of September. So the game's coming out a week later, although it is still earlier than NBA 2K 2K19. 2K19 was early September. 18 was the middle of September. I'm trying to think the year that I took off college, because that was the 15th September that game came out. But yeah, that is pretty much what seems to be happening, is that there is no demo, and it's so concerning because the game is going to come out broken. I'm just saying it right now. The game is going to come out broken. And that's the problem, is there's not anything that's going to be a perfect game. Problem is, if you don't test your game well enough, which, first of all, there should be some sort of a beta. If they're not going to release a demo, at least release a beta to some of us. At least give some of us a beta. I will sign anything like 2K. I will sign something where I'll sign an NDA that if I say a word, you can sue me. I will sign an NDA to playtest this game if you want. If you want to give me a beta. If you want to give me a beta test. And I assume a lot of people will as well. Like, we will probably sign NDA. Like, we will sign NDAs to test out this game, because the last thing I want is the game to be broken. The last thing I want is to be doing triple track gameplays all year because I hate 5v5. The last thing I want is to just not even play My Team Limited because I can't stand playing this game 5v5 anymore on either gen. Like, that's the last thing we need in My Team. Like, we need people to be able to test it. And I get it. Some people are going to say, what about park players? What about pro players? They already have all the input. Every gameplay change that's made is made to appease the park players. They ruined My Team. They ruined My Team with the speed patch. And I fully understand, like, I'm ranting about that one specific thing because I will fully, I'll concede the game sucked for park, but the game was unbelievable for My Team pre-speed patch. And the game became better for park, but they broke My Team. I will concede that. My whole thought process is that you can't have the game that's good for both. You can't have movement system and stuff that is good for both. And everything in terms of like the way players shoot, the way players move, every animation, all catered to park. So the least 2K can do is just for once ever, fly out some good 5v5 guys to test your broken AI. Your AI has been broken for years. Please, 2K, please. Obviously, I'm not even talking about myself because I physically can't. I'm physically not allowed to go to America. But like, just fly out Ty, fly out the MJs of the world, fly out, like, Splash in the league, whatever. I'm trying to think. There are plenty of others. That you can fly out to test out the game and just break it. Because unless you have someone there trying to break the game, because you won't find out the flaws. The dev team will not find out the flaws unless someone who knows what they're doing, who is 10 times better at the game than the devs, can break it. And that's the problem, is that nobody tries to break the game in testing. And they have all these like, oh, this game works perfectly, all these like BS foot planting animations. And within one day, someone who's actually skilled figures out how to break the game. We can't have that for the third, fourth year in a row. It took 1 week until people figured out you can hop step and spam pump fakes and a corners drop in 2K20. It took 1 day for us to figure out the calling 5 out and standing at the top of the 3-point line cause both corners to drop on current gen. It took literally it takes us 1 day. So please 2K, instead of waiting until the 10th of September when the game is released and having everyone ranting about how your AI is broken, please get ahead of it and have people that know what they're doing test the game, because you still have nearly 2 months. You still have time. You still have time to fix this game if there are mistakes. However, once September 10th hits, if you have not tested it out properly, you don't have time. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.